Okay, so you're interested in starting a meditation practice. So it's important to know, what do we do when we meditate? And there are many, many different ways of practicing meditation. But if we look at meditation broadly, it's some type of practice that involves quiet awareness. So no matter what style of meditation you're learning, there's always that common thread. We're just trying to relax ourselves and be aware of something. In Zen, we usually focus on some point. It can be a point that you see in front of you, or it could be a point that you're feeling, some aspect of your sensation in this moment. So maybe there is some sensation, like if there's a fan, you might feel some wind moving against your face. Or you might feel a warm sensation of your body touching your cushion. Or even the sensation of you breathing, feeling your breath coming in and out, just focusing your mind on this moment as it's arising, again, through sight, sound, or touch, any point. And when we focus our mind on that point, it allows our thinking mind to quiet. And when our thinking mind starts to slow down, first, it allows us to feel connected more naturally with who we are plainly in just this moment. Without thoughts, without judgments, I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too rich, I'm too poor, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny. Without any of those judgments, we can just sit peacefully as we are, with our life as it is. But as we sit, we're naturally going to have thoughts coming up. And when these thoughts come up, we shouldn't judge them as good or bad. I think of this whole thinking business sort of the way a mural painter paints a mural, right? In our day-to-day life, we're like a painter painting this beautiful, huge mural. But if we really want to see the whole picture, we can't stay so close. We have to get distance. And the way we get distance is meditation. Meditation gives us the opportunity to put down the paintbrush, to stop making things with our mind, to stop thinking so much, and to take a step away from our thinking mind so that we can see how we think. We can see, how do I see the world more clearly? And when we understand the patterns of our thinking, this mural that we've been painting, when we understand its structure more, it's easier for us to understand, is there something about my thinking that's not really helping me or that's hurting me? The same way a painter might step away from the mural and see, that part I need to fix. That part, it's not quite right. So then they'll go and they'll fix that part, right? The same in our meditation practice. When we see some patterns, some habits in our thinking that aren't so helpful, we can allow those to be a new focus for our practice. And the way we do that is not by ruminating and deeply thinking about it. We just simply allow our mind to rest on a simple question related to that point. So for instance, maybe if I think too much about a fight with a certain person, then I could just sit and just in my mind, I can quietly hold the question to myself. Why do I have so much anger? Or why am I angry? Or why this person? And again, I'm not ruminating. I'm not deeply thinking about it. I'm just letting my mind rest in my awareness of that issue. And the amazing thing is as you sit over time holding this kind of question just softly in your mind can passively process it. And either its power over you will just fade away, or you can have these sudden little blips of realization pop up that can help you understand your relationship to this thing more. Maybe through sitting with this question of, why am I angry? Or why this person? You might realize that actually you're adding something to the situation that's causing this negativity to be created. And if you know that you're contributing something to the situation, it gives you the power to stop. And then you can transform this negative situation into a more positive one, right? This basic process of letting ourselves quiet our minds so that we can step away from our thinking mind and see these habits in our thoughts and how those habits affect us, and then use that understanding to act in a better way. That is the most practical, helpful value of meditation. And that's why I feel so passionate sharing it with others, because it's helped me so much, and I know it has so much value to help others. So that's how we manage our mind in meditation, right? We find a point of focus, let our mind rest on that point of focus, and then over weeks or months of practicing that way, just letting thoughts come, being aware of them, letting them go, we'll start to see patterns in those thoughts. And as we're aware of those patterns, we let our awareness of those patterns teach us. And over time, as we process those and we act differently in our lives, we have fewer and fewer of those issues popping up in our mind. We slowly start to process those habits and they go away. And then it's much easier to sit and be at peace with just this, without needing anything else. Being content and happy, just as you are right now. And that's how we manage our mind. That is the mental side of meditation. The physical side of meditation is not that difficult. Your sitting position can be any number of things. You can sit traditionally with your legs crossed, or you can sit with your legs folded under you. Those are both perfectly acceptable ways of sitting. Or if you have some physical problems, you're also welcome to sit in a chair or sit upright in a bed. But something that will help you sit more comfortably is when you're sitting, you want the relationship of your hips and your knees to be just so, right? For some people who are bigger or taller, they need their hips to be much higher than their knees. And that allows the muscles in your back to release so that you don't get back pain or knee pain. So having a cushion that's thick enough to boost you up will give you a much more comfortable experience of sitting. But if you're not sitting on the floor, if you're sitting in a chair, you don't have that problem so much. So once you have a comfortable position for your legs, either on the floor or in a chair, you need to try to keep your back straight as much as possible. And the easiest way to do that is to just inhale deeply, letting your shoulders rise up. And then when you exhale, you let your shoulders roll back and down. And that causes your chest to open. And when your chest opens, it naturally straightens your back. And as you sit, you want to keep your back straight like this. And you'll feel a little tension between your shoulder blades, holding your body up. And that tension is good. And after you practice, you might feel a little soreness, but that soreness will make your shoulders stronger, and it will make it easier over time for you to sit like this comfortably for longer periods of time. And also, as you get older, it'll help to stop your body from doing this, right? So building those muscles through practice is not just good for your meditation, but it's also good for your health later in life. So as we have this straight back, open chest, we then put our hands on our laps. You can either do the traditional Zen Mudra, which is like this, where you put one hand inside of the other with your thumbs lightly touching, or you can just rest your hands on your legs. Palms up, palms down, either way. And then we tilt our head down, keeping our neck straight, but we tuck our chin a little bit, and we just find a point on the floor to gaze at, just softly, with our eyes just open softly. And keeping your eyes open a little bit will help to keep your mind focused on this moment. If you close your eyes, it's very easy for your mind to wander off and you go into dreamland, right? And we want to try to minimize that and focus on this moment. So having your eyes softly open will help that. And you can try right now, wherever you are, try that position and just do a body check as you're sitting. Straighten your back, breathe in, roll your shoulders back, open your chest, let your hands drop in a comfortable position, tuck your chin, and let your eyes rest. And then just breathe a few times, breathing from your belly, nice, big, long breaths. And this is how we sit. This is the physical position. So when you put the mental side that I mentioned first together with this basic physical position, you get the practice of meditation. And practicing regularly is very helpful. If you are the type of person who likes very strict plans, you can try to set a goal of practicing every day, sitting maybe for 5 minutes every day or 10 minutes every day. And that can be good for some people. But if that pressure makes you feel uncomfortable, don't put that expectation on yourself. Again, these expectations we create can bring us suffering. So you don't need to create that kind of expectation. You can just simply make the intention to practice regularly. And then when you have a quiet moment somewhere, even if you're not at home, maybe you're on a bus, maybe you're at the laundromat waiting for your clothes to finish washing, right? It could be any moment where you have a few minutes of peace and quiet. Just let yourself use that moment for just a few minutes of practice. Because no matter where you are, this moment is arising. And there's something in this moment that you can let your mind rest on. And as your mind rests on this moment, you can get that distance from your thinking mind and really connect with just this. And from connecting with just this moment, you can slowly allow yourself to learn what aspects of your own thinking or your actions might be causing problems in your life. And once you know that, you have the power to change that, okay? So just give yourself time regularly, if it's every day or a few times a week, to just quietly sit. Use the techniques that I mentioned and just breathe and try to feel content, feel happy, letting your mind rest on nothing but just this. Thank you for watching my video, and if you liked this content and you're interested in more content from Just This Zen, you're welcome to subscribe below, and whenever new videos come up, they will go straight to you. And also, you're welcome to visit our website, justthiszen.com, or follow us on Twitter with justthiszen1 as our Twitter handle, or on Instagram at justthiszen. Thank you for watching.